Hello and welcome to CoreTV News this hour. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. President Muhammadu Buhari has sworn in the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Babacha Lawa, and also sworn in at the brief event at the Presidential Villa are Special Advisors on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, and the National Security Advisor, retired Major General Babangana Mogono. We'll bring you details on that story subsequently. National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, John Odigil-Yegun, insists that Nigerians have no cause to fret over the appointments so far announced by President Muhammadu Buhari. This, he says, is because they are not political positions and should not be subjected to scrutiny. Odigil-Yegun described President Buhari's mode of governance as sure-footed and urged the citizenry to look for the composition of the cabinet. The APC chairman spoke on the sidelines of the swearing-in ceremony at the Presidential Villa in Abuja.
I'm amazed at the mistake that people can make. You do not, with every set of appointments, balance. But the whole picture, the total picture, there must be a balance. And every part of the country must feel a sense of participation. These are early stages, very early stages yet. And these are critical appointments, and critical appointments should not be subjected to. The man, the president, our president, will work for these people who are close personally to him, with those he also trusts personally. But when the time comes for the more political appointment, of course, every part of this country will have that sense of belonging.
He's not carrying the party along in what he's doing. Is that true?
Nobody has said that. I don't know who said that. But these more personal appointments are his prerogative, are his privilege. He asks for advice, we give it. But when the political one comes, then the party becomes very evident.
The People's Democratic Party has hailed what it described as the unprecedented achievement it recorded in its 16 years rule at the national level. PDP spokesman Olisa Metu gave the self-assessment at the news conference on the 70th anniversary of the party in Abuja. He maintained that it would be difficult for any party in the country to top its achievement. This, according to him, is because all other parties are founded
the vision of our founding fathers and how far we have gone in 17 years of existence. What have we done? What have we offered to the Nigerian people? And we're totally consumed with that. We will not, for the purpose of this press conference or question and answers, concern ourselves with any other political party that might be in existence in this country or any other issue, except the issues that have to do with our beating our chest that in 17 years we were in power for 16 years. In 17 years, we touched the lives of the people. In 17 years, we ruled this country for 16 years. In 17 years, PDP has come to stay. The longest political party in the history of the nation.
Olisa Metu was speaking on the 17th anniversary of the People's Democratic Party. A chieftain of the PDP, Cairo Jugbo, is standing by his claims that former Secretary of the Government of the Federation, Aim Pazaim, hoodwinked former President Goodluck Jonathan into signing off on the Centenary City project. He described the project as a monumental fraud and wants President Muhammadu Buhari to take a second look at it. Ojogbo, who is PDP's national vice chairman for the South-South, insists that the company handling part of the project is owned by the former Secretary General and the Secretary of the Government of the Federation.
The Centenary City project is government, it is funded through corruption. The security agencies should go and ask the Centenary City, take the list of all the people who paid. Trace their account, how the money came and where the money came from. Then we'll know the people that defrauded this country. It's as simple as that. All those people you see there, they are partners in crime. They are conniving to dupe you people. It's our money, it's our country. And that's all we are saying. For heaven's sake, we are not haunting anybody, we are speaking the truth. And that is it. Look at, if you read this report, it will tell you the certificate of registration of corporation is missing from the file.
Immediate past governor of Akwa Ibom State and Senate Minority Leader Godswill Akpabio has been admitted at the National Hospital Abuja after being involved in a motor accident yesterday. His siren blaring convoy was reported to have crashed into other vehicles, injuring him, but the extent of injury was not immediately disclosed by the doctors of the National Hospital, who claimed that it was right of his family to do so. Meanwhile, his successor, Governor Udom Emmanuel, has visited at the National Trauma Center of the National Hospital, Abuja, and the former governor had also been released from the hospital later yesterday evening. We'll take a break now, and I'll be back with more stories. Don't go away.
Some pundits believe that as long as the political system is driven by selected few, corruption may be difficult to fight.
You should be careful about what you say.
I am not the only politician. Even if I've wronged anyone, it is time to forgive me.
Political Arena every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. and a repeat broadcast every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m.
Welcome back. Check us out on any of our social media platforms for more on our top stories. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/CoreTV News. And follow us at Twitter at CoreTV News NG. You can subscribe on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoreTV, level space and news. A coalition of civil society groups is demanding the establishment of a special tribunal to try electoral offenders and those who played key roles in fueling electoral violence during the 2015 general elections. The rights activists also condemned the electoral violence that took place in Rivers and Akwa Ibom states that claimed scores of lives. They said at a news conference in Abuja that Nigeria can only have credible elections when violence is reduced to the barest minimum.
A review of cases of electoral violence during the election with a bid to advancing possible recommendation on what can be done to make future election violence-free is absolutely important. Without preempting the speakers of today, please permit me to provide this occasion with some insight that I believe can keep us guided in our conversation for today. Many parts of our country remained relatively peaceful during the election, but some other states, including Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Ebonyi, and Ondo State, recorded a significant number of violent incidents. INEC record show that there were 66 reports of violence incidents targeted at polling units. The Commission official, voter and election materials. These were a Rivers State 16 incidents, in Ondo State 8 incidents, in Cross River and Ebonyi 6 each, Akwa Ibom 5, Bayelsa 4, Lagos and Kaduna 3 each, Jigawa, Enugu, Ikiti, and Osun has 2 each of this incident.
If you do not punish the perpetrators of violence in Rivers State, if you do not punish the perpetrators of violence in Akwa Ibom State, if you do not punish, and I mean underscore the word punish, because what has happened is, which is what I keep saying, is that we treat election-related crime as if it's a special crime. There is no excuse why somebody should kill anybody during an election and that person will not be brought for trial for murder. You cannot have murder on election day treated as if there is a particular kind of murder that happens that is different. If you assault people on election day, you should be arrested by the police.
The Court of Appeal has reserved judgment on the three separate appeals filed by the People's Democratic Party and its governorship candidate, Nyesom Wike. Wike and PDP are asking the court to set aside the ruling of the State Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal, which held that it has power to sit in Abuja instead of Port on security reasons. The appellate court reserved judgment after hearing counsels from both sides in the disputed April 11 governorship election in Rivers State. Also, the appellants want the Court of Appeal to determine whether the tribunal was properly constituted by the President of the Court of Appeal, Justice Zainab Bukachua, at the hearing of the three appeals on Monday. The appellant counsel, Emmanuel Okula, asked the court to rule in his favor, but defense counsel Akin Olujimi opposed the application that the tribunal was right in sitting in Abuja for security reasons. The three-man panel, led by Justice Abubakar Yahya, adjourned to further notice after hearing both parties. Mild drama ensued on Monday at the Akita State Civil Service Secretariat as the state governor Ayodele Fayose embarked on physical confrontation with latecomers. This development, however, has generated reactions from the affected public, while some sections accused the governor of ordering the workers to kneel down. The workers were said to have prostrated, begging in evading disciplinary action set up by the governor. Rashid tells us more.
For whatever this may be tagged, over 30 civil servants who had their offices at the State Secretariat in Ado-Ekiti are now at risk of losing their jobs. No thanks to the unscheduled early morning arrest and confrontation of latecomers exercise led by the governor Ayodele Fayose, storming the Ministry of Agriculture and Justice before 8 o'clock. The highs and lows in the civil service were not spared. While some made their way through the bush to evade arrest, some tendered their new case, while over 30 others were not so lucky.
You are on your way out of service. I can assure you. On your way out of service. Can you get out of those statements?
The state governor vows to institute disciplinary process against the errand workers.
When we get paid, we must do the work. Coming to work 8:30, 9 o'clock, I have complained repeatedly and I will not take it anymore. So these names will be given to
Can you please keep quiet?
Be given to me. Disciplinary measures will be set up and they will face disciplinary committee about it.
With wide reactions being generated by the posture of the civil servants, workers' union leadership says all will be done to mitigate the punishment.
Punctuality, they say, is the soul of business. We are still going to talk to Mr. Governor. We are going to beg him. He's going to look at it compassionately.
While the governor resolves to intensify his unscheduled visit, more dramatic events such as this is expected in weeks to come. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado-Ekiti.
I'm sure you've gotten another job already.
Human rights activist led by Joel Dumaki has called on the federal government to rename the National Human Rights Headquarters in honor of late Gani Fawemi in recognition of his contribution towards humanity and nation building. This was the result of the World Press Conference organized to commemorate the 6th memorial of late human rights lawyer Gani Fawemi. Abiola Oluwole has more.
When I remember Gani, I remember Gani.
5th September 2015 makes it 6 years since the exit of Gani Oyeshola Fawemi from the land of the living. Gani, as he was fondly called by the masses, was known for a strong stance against the military rule while it lasted. A man considered as a mentor to this gathering of rights activists was praised for all right reasons. According to the convener and president of Women Arise Initiative, Joel Dumaki and Ayodele Akele, there is a need for the federal government to immortalize late Gani Fawemi.
The National Human Rights Commission should be named after Chief Gani Fawemi, and there should be a gathering where it's called Freedom Park in Abuja, where all of us can gather, and each time we have struggles to make, we'll always be there. Chief Gani Fawemi, you will never, ever be forgotten.
Commenting on the state of the nation, Odumake Anakele called for a renewed vigor in the fight against corruption and insecurity, adding that President Muhammadu Buhari should immediately unleash programs that would cushion the effects of economic challenges confronting Nigerians.
We have to do a lot more in terms of education for our people. We must say no to commercialization of education. NCP is for abolition of poverty. We must ensure that more than 90% of our population that live below $2 per day, we must ensure that their life is made much more comfortable.
My honest opinion is that this president has to sit down, how to sit tight. He just has to, because if you wasted 6 months or 90 days, or in spite of your 4-year tenure, 3 months is enough to lay foundation. No single foundation has been laid.
The organizers informed that a rally and memorial lecture will be conducted to further commemorate the demise of Gani Fawemi. Abiola Oluwole, CoreTV News, Lagos.
Nigeria's health authorities are convinced that the country would attain a polio-free status in 2017. They said this after President Muhammadu Buhari held separate meetings with governors of polio-vulnerable states and members of the high-level advocacy group at the presidential Villa Abuja. According to them, efforts are being intensified, especially in the area of improved surveillance and facility-based services, among others, to ensure success.
There is no polio in our country, but then we will still need to monitor that throughout a period of 2 years. And that is why we need to intensify routine immunization, ensuring that there is no leakage, no gap until 2017, when we shall be certified a polio-free country, having arrested the transmission for upward of 1 year plus now.
One thing that the president directed us to do is that never again in this country should a child be paralyzed by polio virus. We've attained a major milestone in polio eradication by being 13 months without a case of polio virus. But between now and 2017, we need to do a lot of things. We need to continue with the campaigns in such a way that we keep on improving the quality of the campaign. We need to also ensure that we strengthen routine immunization further in such a way that facility-based services will be provided. And then thirdly, we also have to ensure that our surveillance system is very effective so that we don't miss any case of polio virus in this country. But in addition, it's also important, just as Mr. President has directed, that the Federal Ministry of Health, the National Primary Care Agency, and partners should continue to work as a team in such a way that no case should be reported in Nigeria through ensuring that we have quality campaign. And that teamwork is what has taken us to where we are today. But between now and 2017, we are going to double our efforts so that no case will be reported now and beyond 2017.
I think all the governors have given commitment for full implementation and support for polio and the other communicable diseases, especially those affecting children. And this commitment was given by all the governors to the president, and I can say to the nation that we'll make sure that we achieve 2017. Thereafter also we sustain the momentum to maintain Nigeria to be a polio-free country forever.
Infertility over the years has been a source of major challenge to most marriages. To women, it's the inability to conceive as well as being unable to carry pregnancy to full term, while men who have low sperm count are considered to be infertile. Speaking on the solution to this challenge, consultant gynecologist and obstetrician Abayomi Ajayi says the challenge can be tackled with fertilization outside the body, which has proven successful over the years.
The commonest thing that we do is what we call IVF, or in vitro fertilization. What this means is that fertilization is the union of the egg and the sperm takes place outside the body. So that's why it's called in vitro fertilization, outside the body. But usually it's said to take place in a glass. That's why they were calling them test tube babies initially. So we bring the sperm and the egg together outside the body, and then we replace the embryo that is formed. Embryo is the union of the sperm and the egg. We now replace it back into the woman. And in about 25-30% to sometimes 40% of the cases, the woman gets pregnant from what we have done.
Union workers at the Yaba Psychiatric Hospital, Lagos, has been battling with many internal issues despite the suspended strike and back to pawn. All pending issues bordering on welfare of patients and staff, payment of salaries, deplorable state of facilities, all to no avail. Now, it's the issue of the Chief Medical Director, who's upon tenure expiration has remained adamant in resigning. Emmanuel Ajayi has more in this report.
The lingering crisis affecting the Yaba Psychiatric Hospital has been raising many questions, begging for answers, from the issue of welfare of patients and staff, payment of salaries and promotional arrays. Deplorable state of the hospital facilities shows the hospital requires urgent attention.
What to talk about hospital infrastructure has decayed totally.
One of the beds used here by patients at the Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Yaba, Lagos, and you can see how deplorable things are in this place. This has brought to question in the elongation of the tenure of the Chief Medical Director, Rahman Abolore Lawal, who clocked 60 on the 3rd of January 2015 and ends its tenure of 4 years on the 21st of August 2015. Reacting to this, the Chairman National Union of Allied Health Practitioners, A.K. Uzondo, has kicked against this development.
The management under the leadership of Dr. R.A. Lawal, had not met the aspiration of the staffs and even the patients. And as such, his leadership for the past 4 years, when they scored it, it falls below the pass mark. Therefore, they are saying, in as much as he has finished his tenure, there should not be any act of tenure elongation of any type for him. He should exit the system.
For her part, the Chairman Medical and Dental Consultant Association of Nigeria, Ijarigbe Grace, has lamented on the deplorable state of the hospital facilities and the tenure elongation of the Chief Medical Director.
All the members are furious that this kind of thing can happen in a modern day Nigeria where the order of the day is change from the old time of corruption and illegality to doing what is right. Change from shifting the goalposts to everybody aligning to the law. Now, the outgone medical director, Dr. R.A. Lawal, clocked 60 years in January 3rd. By civil service regulation, he should have just stepped out of office completely.
For 4 years that he has been, or over 4 years that he has been the medical director, one question we'll ask is, you've gone round, you've seen dilapidated structures. Does it show that his management of this hospital for 4 years was a successful one?
It has only by God's grace that we have been coping. We can't continue. We can't continue another 4 years of suffering and smiling. If not for God, what you are seeing now is just God. A lot of us, our salary for the past 4 years have not been on my normal salary scale.
As at the time of filing this report, effort to see the Chief Medical Director prove abortive, as he is said to be in a crucial meeting. As the union has resolved to embark on strike, the onus lies on the federal government to take proactive measures in tackling issues affecting the hospital. Emmanuel Ajayi, CoreTV News, Lagos.
Outside Nigeria, one National Guard member has been killed and over 100 injured in violent protest outside Ukraine's parliament. Clashes between nationalists and riot police erupted after MPs gave initial backing to reforms for more autonomy in the rebel-held East. Some in the crowd lobbed what police said were live grenades at officers protecting parliament. The reforms are part of a peace plan to end fighting in eastern Ukraine. The Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko said the violence was a stab in the back. Protesters led by the populist Radical Party and ultra-nationalist Svoboda, the Svoboda Freedom Party, who oppose any concession to the Russian-backed separatists gathered outside Parliament early on Monday. And that wraps it on the news this hour. Thank you for watching. I am Nifemi Oguntoye.